What's going on, everybody? This is Emerald Knight Leon back with another deck analysis. It's been a bit since the last video. We're now in BT12. June's going to come along and we're going to get EX4 after that, but until then, we're in the new era of Hunters. So, this is a deck that I actually was able to get first place in very recently, and I wanted to talk about it now. Starting off with our Digi Eggs, most people I know do only run 4 copies of Monimon. Monimon has an on deletion where if the Digimon in question had save in its trait, you get to draw 1. I also tend to like running just the 1 copy of Kozenimon, mainly because sometimes I do Digicross. You'll see that with the fact that I run Kiriha, and by doing that I can just get an extra draw power from that if needed. Moving into our level 3s, though, we are running a few level 3s here. We're running 1 copy of Ekakimon. Now, I like Ekakimon. I don't like that he doesn't have a Digicross. I do like his inherited, though. When attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has save in the text, one of your opponent's Digimon gets 2000 DP, minus 2000 DP for the turn. It's nice. It can be used to swing over something if you need to, but otherwise, I feel it's a one of. We are also running 2 copies of Dracmon. Dracmon it's a very situational card in my opinion. Because you're very tamer reliant on in your matches, its on play effect I don't like. Its on play effect is by revealing up to 3 tamer cards in your hand and placing them at the bottom of your deck in any order. Draw 1 card for each card placed. Personally, I don't like that. I feel it's better used when it's in late game if you already have, say, your pieces out, your Arestra Superior mode, and you just need that draw power, or in the matchup where, say, you're against a Machine Dramon and you just want to be able to get your other Arestra Superiors in your hand before they can drop down another Machindra or Chaosdra. Its on deletion save, as per usual. Its inherited is also nice, though, which is why we're running 2 of. While this Digimon has save in its trait, it gets plus 2000 DP. This can bump our Arestra Dramon Superior mode to 12k, and if we have both of them under, even 14, which is always nice. It also has a Digicross -2, 1 Digimon card with save in text. So you can Digicross this with itself, or you can Digicross it with Psychmon, our next card that we're running 3 of. It has the on play of you may return 1 Digimon card with save in its text from under one of your tamers to your hand, on deletion save. And it also has a Digicross -2, 1 Digimon card with save in text. It has also an inheritable of when attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has save in text, draw 1. And this is an effect that pretty much every purple card we are running in this shares. Gumdramon has the exact same inheritable. It also has an on play of by placing 1 Digimon card with save in its text from your hand under one of your tamers, draw 1, which is always nice. And it's standard on deletion save. And then finally we have Shoutmon here. Shoutmon has on deletion save. It's a very vanilla card, but its inheritable is nice. When attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has save in text, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less. Really good for crowd control. Incredibly nice when you're trying to mitigate your opponent if they're running D Brigade. Yeah, you are going to be giving them more pieces to go into their Dark Dramon, but it gives them less pieces to swing and chip away at your security, in my opinion. That is it for the level 3s. For our level 4s, we are running a few things here. We are running 3 copies of Damemon. Damemon is a nice card. It's, in my opinion, better for its inheritable than it is for its on play. It's on play, and when Digivolving effect is reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, you may play 1 Taiki, Uemano, or Tigeru among them without paying the cost, and the rest go to the bottom. The problem with this is it can bottom deck in Arrestor Superior mode, really. It has a standard on deletion save, but it has an extra effect of then place one Digimon card with save in its text from your trash under one of your tamers. And it has Digicross -2, one Digimon card with save in text. It's inheritable, gives blocker, which is the exact same inheritable that Tuarmon has, which we also run 3 of. Tuar Digivolves for 1 off of a level 4, 3 from a level 3 with save in text, or just any black. But it does have a nice benefit of when Digivolving, Digivolve 1. It's one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. For every 2 cards in its Digivolution cards, add 1 to the maximum level you can choose with this effect on deletion save, and then place 1 Digimon card with save in its text from your trash under one of your tamers. For our other level 4s, we are running 3 copies of Arrestordramon. Arrestordramon is a 2-cost on Evo. It has when Digivolving, if this Digimon has 2 or more Digivolution cards, this Digimon gains Rush for the turn. So the optimal play with Arrestordramon is you Digicross Gumdramon for its 2-cost. Then you suspend your tamers to place more Digivolution cards under Arrestordramon, giving it Rush. And if you have even more tamers, you can then go into Superior mode for a reduced cost, swing, and then get its end of turn effect of swinging as well. Its inheritable also lets us draw 1 when attacking if it has save in text. And then again, on deletion, save, and then place 1 Digimon card with save in text from your trash under one of your tamers. We are also running 4 copies of Shoutmon King version, a card that I very much love, because since we are running a lot of tamers, we're going to have tamers in our hand. King version, on play when Digivolving, lets us play a Taiki, Yu, or Tigeru for free from our hand. And it has the exact same on deletion save, then place a save from your trash under one of your tamers, and a Digicross -2 with 1 Digimon card with save in text. It also, like Shoutmon, shares the exact same inheritable of being able to delete a Digimon with 4000 DP or less if it has save in text and is when attacking. Finally, for our level 4, we are running 1 copy of Clockmon. Now, this is something, if you wanted to change the ratios, you could run more. It is a blocker. It is nice. If your opponent gives you 3 memory at the start of the game, you can just hard play this guy, choke him to 1. And then its on play lets us reveal the top 3 cards of our deck, add up to 2 Digimon cards with different colors and save in their text among them to our hand, and place the rest to the bottom. The one issue I have with this card is, unfortunately, because we are running a lot of purple cards, we sometimes tend to just get multiple purples, if not all 3 cards are purple. So we only get 1 card instead of 2, which is never really the best, in my opinion. It also has on deletion save, but its inheritable is what I love. While it has save in its text, it gains jamming. This is really great, especially on Superior mode, if you want to make sure it survives swinging into security multiple times. Speaking of Superior mode, let's talk about him. Superior mode is your bread and butter for this version of the Hunter's deck. It Digivolves for 4 off of a red, black, or purple level 4 with save in text. When Digivolving, place one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon as the bottom Digivolution card of another of your opponent's Digimon, or under an opponent's tamer. For each tamer with a different color you have in play, add 1 to the maximum level you can choose with this effect. This is the bane of Machinedramon. If you're able to get this out against Machinedramon consistently, you're pretty much good. Its end of turn effect is also nice. Once per turn, if this Digimon has 4 or more Digivolution cards, this Digimon may attack without suspending. The one problem with this is if you have multiple Arrestor Superior modes, the ruling does state that if 2 Superior modes effects activate simultaneously, only the first one that you proc will go through. The second will have missed its timing. So just be aware of that. You're not going to get 4 checks in one turn. You're only going to get maybe 3 at most. It also has the inheritable of when attacking once per turn. If this Digimon has save in text, draw 1. That's not really the biggest issue unless you're putting one under one of your other Digimon, which, I mean, you could. Depends on the matchup, I guess. Moving on, though, we are running 3 copies of Omni Shoutmon. I love Omni Shoutmon. This is a very, very good card for board controlling. It digivolves for 3 off of a level 4 with save in text. And it's when digivolving, choose any number of your opponent's Digimon whose total DP adds up to 4,000 or less and delete them. For every 2 cards in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, add 3,000 to the maximum this Digimon's DP based deletion effect can delete, which is great. Also, if this Digimon has 4 or more Digivolution cards, it gains security attack +1. When attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has save in its text, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less is its inheritable. I just love that first one because we can go into our King version and then suspend, go into Omni Shout, and just start board clearing our opponent. By having at least 4 Digivolution cards under it, it can delete up to 10,000 DP for as many Digimon as would equal that. For our last card of our Digimon, we are running just 1 copy of Quartzmon. This isn't the Evil Hunters, so we're not running 4 copies of it. Quartzmon is an amazing card, though. In the tournament that I got first place in, I never used it, though. So I'm perfectly fine keeping it at 1. It digivolves for 6 off of a green, black, or white level 6 card. 9 from a level 5 with save in text. When digivolving, suspend all of your other Digimon and all tamers. This then gives us a memory for every 2 suspended Digimon and or tamers. So really good if you're in a mirror match, because you're just gonna reap all the benefits of that. All turns other than this Digimon, all Digimon and tamers don't unsuspend. When attacking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or tamers, then trash the top card of your opponent's security stack for every 5 suspended Digimon and or tamers, which is just really something. Moving into our options. We're only running 2 options here. Honestly speaking, I love Hero of the Skies for this. I've been asked why not use Pyrosphere. I don't like the idea of running Pyrosphere in this because I want to consistently always choose that draw 2. Pyrosphere's issue is that it's either draw 2, or if your opponent has a Digimon that this card can delete, it has to delete that card. Here, I just get to draw 2, and if I have Omni Shoutmon out and I want to get an extra, check-in for game, here it is. I can basically target it and give it security attack +1. Perfect. But I just want that consistent draw 2. For our tamers, we're running 3 copies of Yu Amano. Yu Amano, at the start of our main phase, by placing a Digimon with save in its text from our hand under it, we gain a memory. And then the same effect that all of these tamers have. When one of your Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon card with save in its text, by suspending this tamer and placing 1 card from under one of your tamers as the bottom Digivolution card of that Digimon, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. We are also running 3 copies of Tigeru. Tigeru is our memory fixer here. He has the exact same effect as Yu Amano and Taiki. And Taiki is our draw engine, where at the start of our main phase, by placing one of our Digimon cards with save in its text under it, draw 1. We are running 2 copies of Kiriha. The reason I run this is because of the fact that it just lets us suspend it to take cards from our tamers to use for Digicross if we don't want to risk any of the cards in our hand, which is very nice. And I do want to give a shout out to another Digimon player, Bara, who basically, me and him actually workshopped some of this together. So there's that. I have heard some people running the purple Uamano, and I will talk about that in a bit. But finally, we have 2 copies of Watchmaker. Watchmaker's on-play effect reveals the top 3 cards of our deck and lets us add 1 Digimon with Save in its text and 1 card with Hunter trait among them to our hand. And then the rest go to the bottom in any order. Its main effect, though, if we have 4 or more Tamers in play, which includes itself, by suspending this Tamer, one of your Digimon with Save in text gains Security Attack +1 for the turn. Always nice. Now, because this is Hunters, there is not as many stuff outside of what we have right now that can be used to tech in. Now, talking about the Uamano, some people I've seen running Uamano because his all turns, when a purple card is placed under this Tamer, draw 1 and gain 1 memory, which is really nice if you're running a lot of the purple cards under it. It also has a your turn once per turn when you would play 1 level 4 or higher Digimon with Bagra, and its traits by placing up to 3 purple Digimon from under it, your Tamer, and in play. To put it under that Digimon's evolution cards, you can reduce the cost by 2. We're not really running that. People I've seen just run the Uamano because you just gain memory and draw, which is a nice draw engine as well, and can steadily move your opponent's memory to your turn. They also will run the Sound Birdmon because Sound Bird does have save. It also has a by trashing 1 purple Digimon card from your hand under one of your by putting it under one of your Tamers, draw 1 for its when attacking. So there's that. For other cards, though, Choo-Choo-Mon, because it has save, and it can also give blocker, which is nice. Ganemon, because it has reboot as an inheritable. Yasyamon, which it does have a good inheritable with the +2k, but the problem is, like the other cards that I'm about to talk about, it primarily works better for the evil hunters because it focuses on letting you play Iru, Ren, or Ryoma from your hand. This also goes along with Opossumon, which is basically the Damemon of the deck, where it reveals the top 3 cards of your deck. You can play 1 Iru, Ren, or Ryoma. And they all share the same, like, on deletion save, then place 1 Digimon with save in its text from your trash under one of your Tamers. Dobermon, though, is a nice card because it does have retaliation, which could be useful if you're just putting it, digicrossing one of your level 4s in, then deleting it. It does have save in text, so you can then put it right under, give another thing retaliation, go so on and so forth. If you're running the more evils, then Astamon, obviously, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card with save in its text from under one of your Tamers without paying its cost. If it has 4 or more Digivolution cards, it may Digivolve into Quartzmon, and then the cost is reduced by 3, which is also really nice. We also have Gokumon and Sagomon. They both give security attack for their inheritables, but also they can have a reduced cost to play. So in Gokumon, you can reduce its cost by 3 if your opponent has a Digimon with security attack in play. And Sagomon has the exact same thing where it's reduced by 3, so it becomes a 4 cost. There's also Chohakaimon, which for every 2 cards in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, activate the following effect. One of your opponent's Digimon gets -3k DP for the turn. Also, your turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted by having 0 DP, draw 1. It's when attacking also gives -2k as an inheritable. For option cards, Home Run Blast, because this card can actually be played regardless of color as long as you have a Hunter's Tamer in play. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4k DP for the turn. Then if you have a Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution cards in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus a security attack minus 1 for the turn. It's a 2 cost. It's cheap. If you wanted to run it, that's fine. Overflowing Power, though, is a very decent option card, especially if you're using it in a Quartzmon build, because you can put Quartzmon under your Tamers and then use this card in order to Digivolve one of your Digimon into Quartzmon. Its effect basically is Digivolve one of your Digimon into a Digimon card with save in its text under one of your Tamers for its Digivolution cost. So there's that. That is it, though, for this analysis. Hunters is a deck that is a very consistent deck. Its main issue, though, is if you don't get Tamers on the first turn, it's a uphill battle. And honestly, probably the worst matchup it's a 50-50 shot if you're in a Machinedramon match, because if you don't see your Arrestra Superior modes early on, it's not going to be easy, because they're just going to constantly redirect. But at the same time, if you see your Superior mode, they have Analog Man out, it becomes a lot easier to deal with. But overall, the deck is just very consistent. I love it. But there are some other decks I actually prefer and have a lot more fun with, and I will be talking about that in a few days. But I hope you enjoyed this. Leave a like. Tell me what you think about Hunters. How do you feel about the meta right now in BT12? What are you thinking is going to change once we get to 13? I'm very interested in how BT13 and once we get ace cards in 14 are really going to affect the Western meta, considering out here it's best of 3, where in Japan it's best of 1. But again, leave a like, tell me what you think about, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.